All right, traders. Good morning, good evening, whatever time zone you're tuning in from. Good afternoon, and welcome back to another Relentless recap. As you guys can see from the thumbnail, we are down 1K today. So, red day recap, down 1K. Let's talk about some of the trades we took and things we could have potentially done better here to have a better day. Okay, maybe I need to take some trades actually. What was that high? 41 on CDIO. Maybe it's opening up a little bit more here. This stock, guys, I could not get a good grip on, and it was a very slow grinding stock. Wasn't able to position myself properly
MCAFU.
on the pullbacks, and the breakout trades were not so good. My first two attempts at the pullback trades, I got stopped out back here. So first time we went up, buying the VWAP area here on the way down, looking for the hold and then the move back up again. Did not happen. We had two, smaller topping wicks here, maybe a bit of an indicator, but yeah, we did not hold up well. We ended up selling off. I stopped out like down here as we went lower, so just a little disappointing there. So I'm like, all right, we'll be patient, we'll keep waiting. This time we get a nice volume spike here. We started pushing up. And again, pay attention that we're seeing some wicks on these candlesticks. But I'm like, hey, I'm not going to go in early for the pullback here. I'm going to wait. And so I did. Waited for VWAP again. I'm in down here. We pull back lower. And with this bottoming wick, I ended up getting chopped out at the very low of the pullback here. In at 41 and out at 36. We ended up holding 36 and it curled up to the highs of 48 and then 59. So this was disappointing. This area here was really a good shot, but a little unfortunate to get chopped out of the entry. And maybe I could have done a better job being a little bit more patient, I think, for lower levels. I think sub 40 probably. If I'm in 39, 38, 37, I probably have a wider stop, maybe 35, 34, giving it more of a chance to curl up. So this is a little disappointing to get to be in and then getting stopped out again. And this time around, we pushed all the way to 60, and the pullback came down to 46 right here. I got long 46. I'm thinking, all right, since we made a new high, we really and truly shouldn't be pulling back all the way to VWAP. So I'm in around 46 right here. Let's get a bit of a circle going. And I'm watching like, hey, over time, can we, base out down here, get some small candlesticks, and then eventually curl back up? That's not the case. So every time I bought, trying to buy a little low, I would get stopped out. And remember, I mentioned that the scalps for me weren't really looking attractive. I think there were some dip areas where we came down quickly, where I could have been a little bit more aggressive on over here. But ultimately, you know, the high of day entries I thought were a little weaker, so I left them alone. So that eliminated you know, half of what I could do in terms of buying high, trying to get out a little higher. So I'm trying to buy low, but every time I'm buying low, it keeps going lower, and I'm getting chopped around here. So I, ended up down 330. But again, as mentioned here, I think we could have done a better job buying the quicker pullbacks and being in and out for a couple of cents at a time, 5 cents, 5 cents. We could have done that a couple of times here, maybe getting ourselves back to flat. I did say at the end of the live stream, I think I got a little too soft in terms of just the aggression. I think I eased off maybe a little too much because I was already hitting max loss. I kind of wasn't trying to push it too much, but I think right here I could have done a better job. This move up, I think I missed watching something else. This first green candle. But yeah, moving on. CYTO, scratched on that one. GDC, GDC, very disappointing. Um, I missed the move up watching CDIO, but I'm like, okay, we're halted up, not bad. The daily chart is looking decent. We're crawling up over the 200 EMA. We're halted up, looking decent. And on the resumption up here, I'm watching for the dip and then the rip. So we're halted up at 505. Can we open up? And sometimes we'll get a bit of a push first and then the dip, and that's exactly what happened here. We opened up at 505. We pushed up. to 16, it dips to 05, and the moment it starts to bounce, it gets back to 8, 9, 10, I'm buying. And I'm watching now for the retest of 16. Can we push 25, 30, 40, 50, which is what we'll usually see on strong stock, strong resumptions. The moment I'm in, big red candle, boom. I'm in up here, maybe a little higher than that, 05. I'm in at 05, which is here. Oh, 10 actually, 10. I'm in at 10. The moment I'm in at 10, boom, it flushes down. I sell as quickly as I can, and I stop out at 89. But good thing I stopped out at 89, because this thing just, all the way down to 57, halted down, and then went to a low of 12. And from there, even lower, all the way to 86. So this one was brutal, man. Took at this point, I was down 400. Had that one trade that doubled my losses on the day, and I went from being down 4 to down 8. Not great, not great at all. MIRA, this one we did capture a nice 20-cent win, which is actually pretty decent. With any sort of size, it would have definitely been something, but being that we were a little red, the stock had a really light volume, using size right here for me just didn't make any sense. So I just had 500 shares. I'm like, hey, let's see what this thing does. But from there, we end up fumbling some trades. I believe we got in a higher fill, and we weren't able to position ourselves properly for the continued move. So from our initial $80 gain with 500 shares, we ended up going back to flat. NOGN, this was the first stock we traded, and I was watching here for a bit of a 3-bar play into the open for the first candle to make a new high. This, I was in with 5,000 size or 6,000, and I sold a little early. I'm in, nothing is happening with the volume as we're pushing up to make a new high. I'm like, what's going on? We started getting a standstill, so I sold half to reduce risk. Now, these stocks are cheap, but they still have a spread, and the spread here was about 1 cent. And I tried to buy in with market. So when you're in 6,000 shares market, you're gonna get filled on the ask. So I'm in on the ask. I'm automatically down 1 cent against the bid, so I'm down $60 to just start, trading stock. Not great. So when I sell half, I realized a $30 loss, or I think it was more than that really, or maybe it was like 8,000 shares. Let's double check here. I might have been in with 8,000 shares. Let's see. Yeah, 8,000. So we took like a cent and a half loss, and it pushed up a little bit. We are in, we sell the rest for a small gain, and then we get back in, and it just flushes down here, flushes down, and gives back all the gains to start the day. So after that, we kind of left this one alone. It did curl back up later, around 12:20, but yeah, that was about it. And then lastly, SHOT. Got caught on this one trying to buy a dip. Let's pull up the show trades here. Can't remember exactly where this one came. Okay, yeah, over here. And this is a huge drop, man. So out of nowhere. So this thing is moving up, right? We ended up gaining some volume right here. Volume started to come in. We started averaging about 170, 180,000 shares on this move up. I'm like, all right, this looks decent. Right, we had a bit of a high of day here, and then a little earlier before that. So we sold off, curled up. And right here, I'm like, okay, it's gaining volume. So I'm watching it as a fresh stock. And as we pull back, I try to go long here. I try to buy at 409, but there was a spread. So we had a high of 40. Out of nowhere, it just flushes down to 408. I tried to buy, but there was a spread. And I didn't put out my order on the bid. So I got filled on the ask at 17. Good idea for this trade. But at a certain point, I started thinking, did we have a secondary offering at the time? Because I sold for a quick loss once I got the high fill. But this thing just kept dropping. Look at this, from 40, right, from 38 all the way to 380. Like, whoa. Okay, a 30-cent drop randomly I get. But then to drop an additional 28 cents below the level of the whole dollar, was ridiculous. It did bounce back after that, which I kind of liked, but it was like not sure what was going on with this stock, so I just left it alone after that. Took my $97 loss. I'm like, hey, not going to push it. So that's essentially how I ended up down 1K today. It was a good trading day, but the main stock of the day, CDIO, we weren't really able to get a grip on. As mentioned, not being aggressive on high day breakouts because of how it was moving, a little grindy, and then inaccuracy on the dips. So we were already limited to start, and then we were inaccurate on the other side of things. That's a combination for disaster. So not good. At the very least, we got to be accurate on the trades we're taking. That way we can see the consistency and follow through. So with that being said, be sure to take a look at those links down below. We got links for everything, right? Our chat room. We got links for our course. For those of you who are looking to get started in the market, you guys can check out MMU. I do have in some aligners, right? So these things, they make it difficult to speak. And I already can't talk super well. But yeah, check out those links, right? If you're looking to get started, you're a beginner, you're someone who's just having a hard time, we got to import to TraderView. We got to check and see how we're doing on the month. It definitely could have been a better month, but it's not awful by any means. Certainly better than last month, which was the worst month that we've had so far this year, right? And we've had a lot more red days here towards the back half of the year. So October, as mentioned, just awful in terms of red days and just consistency. So, as we're coming into this new week, we had 2 green days, 16th and 17th. The 20th here, we're starting red. And our red days have been a little bit more sizable. So we got to be careful of that. Again, for the most part, great trading. I think Monday we had some technical difficulties. For the 15th, I liked how we traded. Just ended up on the wrong side of things. But all in all, I think we're doing well. We do want to see some more green days here heading forward into this week here of the 20th. And the holiday weekend, I think maybe from the 23rd will be off, 23rd, 24th. But I'll double check the calendar and I will import here for tomorrow. So with that being said, guys, hit that thumbs up. If you're a new viewer, consider subscribing to the channel. I go live every weekday morning, Monday to Friday, live streaming my trades around 9:15 a.m. religiously. So if you guys want to check it out live, regardless of what people are saying on those YouTube shorts, and guess, you know what, like at the end of the day, I'll post anything that is like truthful, right? Anything that's truthful, I'll post because at the end of the day, I can back it up. I can back it up with my live trading and with my trading metrics, right? So in this community, there's no tricks, there's no gimmicks. It's all transparency. We live stream every day. It doesn't get any realer than that. So hit that thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys in next one. Stay safe, stay green, bright and early again tomorrow at 9:15, 9:10 a.m.